Well, this is the interview we've been waiting for. Of course, GM's Chief Financial Officer and Vice Chairman, Christopher Liddell, is joining us right now. He is coming to us from the company's headquarters in Detroit. Chris, good to see you again and have you back on the program.
Good morning.
Okay, so after this earnings report, the focus once again, is on your IPO. Can you confirm that you may be registering this as soon as tomorrow?
No, no comment on that. We're really focused on the earnings this morning. So I say the same things I've said in previous quarters and previous interviews, which is we'll look at an IPO when the equity markets are right, the automobile markets are right, and the company's in good shape.
Right. Well, your CEO though, Whitaker, I mean, he has told the markets, though, that it could come within the next few weeks. And so that's got everybody wondering, is it weeks? Is it days? What is it closer to now? Are you ready at this point?
Well, our focus continues to be, and certainly my focus continues to be very much on running the company and delivering the sort of results that you saw this morning. So we're very pleased with those results, and we're very pleased with the trend, in particular managing 2 quarters in a row of very strong profitability and in particular very strong operating cash flow as well.
Okay, I know you're focused on the operations, Chris. I know that, but I've got to ask these questions because that is what people want to know about GM. Tell me about the market volatility, though. Does that make it difficult at all, or any more difficult for your plans for the sale?
Yeah, clearly, we've said all of the moons need to align for us to really think about an IPO, and the equity markets need to be right, the automobile markets need to be right, and the company needs to be right. So, clearly, volatility in the market is a factor.
It is a factor, but how much of a factor?
I really see the focus of this morning really on the results. So I'm going to just stick with, as many times as you asked me, I'm going to stick with no comment on the IPO.
Okay, all right. I don't want to become a broken record, Chris. All right, let's turn to your operations, though. Whitaker has said so himself that, look, being government motors, essentially, the moniker of that, has hurt your sales. I mean, the fact that eventually you are going to be exiting out of this government program, how much is that going to improve your sales? What are you forecasting?
Well, clearly we've been able to achieve the results that you've seen in the situation we have. And there were some concerns clearly a year ago when the company was in bankruptcy, remember, and that was probably as significant as anything. So sure. I think what people are looking for is the surety of the quality of the product, and they know that we're going to be here forever, and we're going to be stand behind our products, in particular with things like warranty. So clearly the financial strength and the stronger the company is, the better people will have the confidence to buy our vehicles. So we think that's important. But
do you project, I don't want to oversimplify, but do you project a bump up in sales once you get rid of this government stake?
Oh, we see really the market as being the most significant thing. So really the rest of the year is going to be very much about what happens in the market overall. And remember, we're a global company. We tend to obviously focus here in North America, but we sell more vehicles outside of the US than we do inside the US, and right. China now is one of our biggest markets. So clearly that's not really influenced to any great extent by our shareholding structure.
Well, speaking about your international markets, I was just talking to one of our reporters, Suzanne, and we were discussing your European operations, and some might have said, look, you're still losing money in Europe, right, with your Opel unit. Should you have taken an opportunity last year to sell off this unit now that you're stuck with the losses?
Well, what we're doing in Europe is looking to restructure the operations and really do a lot of the same things that we did here in North America over the last couple of years. So we're closing a plant, we're looking at changes in employee relationships which will lower our cost, and looking to really invest in the product range as well. So it's been very successful, that formula here in North America. We've achieved a situation where we're break even at worst at the bottom of the cycle here in the US, and so we're doing a lot of the same things in Europe. So in my mind, that's a much more successful strategy than selling it off, and certainly we still have confidence that we can achieve, let's say, break even in Europe by next year and then profitability thereafterwards.
By next year. Okay. All right, Chris, thanks so much. I really appreciate you joining us. That was Chris Liddell, the CFO and Vice Chairman of General Motors, after their second quarter earnings results.